So before we went over to the XM display to meet our fans, I went over to Microsoft. I was looking at some of the games. They had a great display over there, Microsoft. A lot of games playing on beautiful widescreen monitors that I have not been able to find. I want to get my hands on one of these things. How wide are those?
Is it like a letterbox?
It's widescreen, so it's not letterbox. The whole screen's taken up with a widescreen version of the game. A lot of these games now have an option to be played in widescreen, so you get a lot more of the game visually in front of you, which is great for games. The more, the better. And it was Age of Empires 3. I've been playing Age of Empires. It's been a dated game for years, but it's still very entertaining. And 3 came out, and they just improved everything. The gameplay, the graphics are unbelievable. Now when you wreck a city, when you just pillage a city, the whole thing fucking comes apart like that. Like every building's blowing up. The graphics on the water, the ships, like everything's really like stunning detail. And the guy's showing me the whole game, and I was like, "This is great." I said, "When does it come out?" He said, "I think he said the 18th." So what? Tomorrow, right?
Okay.
What's the date?
Yeah,
15th,
tomorrow's the 18th.
And so I go home, and I download the demo. I see the demo's available. Demos stink. Great for the gameplay. No save feature.
Well, what's up with the demo? You get to play a shortened version of the game or something?
No, you could play an entire game. You're limited to what civilizations you can play. So I was England, and I'm going against, like, Queen Isabella or something, and you got to build your armies up, build your population up, get resources, advance to the next civilization so more things are available to you, better weapons, better troops, upgrade the troops. Like, it's just a whole game of gathering enough resources to pay for the upgrade of the troops to go and kick the other team's ass. So Bill, set up walls.
I was just going to interrupt. Bill, do you have time to play these type of video games?
I mean, I kind of dropped out. Grand Theft Auto was the last one I played. It just totally took over my life, and I just couldn't fucking do it anymore.
Yeah.
These days, a game really has to be good for me to jump in and really have it take over my life for a while. And this one's always, done some damage to my time.
That's what's scary with these new video games. They're taking up a lot of time.
Yeah.
The old days, you played a little Miss Pac-Man or Asteroids. If you were good, you were playing for 15 or 20 minutes one game. Now that's like nothing in gaming.
You get bored.
That's like just turning on the system and getting everything set nice.
And I don't like just run and shoot. That's why I don't play console games. I don't like a lot of just run, shoot type gaming. I like the computers because you could really get some detail. I like micromanagement on these games. I like being in charge of everything. And but those are the games that take a long time.
Oh,
I am.
Oh, yeah.
Building up his army, sending slave ships over to Africa.
Yeah, pretty much what I was doing.
I mean, they're basically teaching white people how to be like extra, evil.
This one, I was just taking over Indians. I was putting trade posts in their camps and then sending people over just to slaughter
Raping their
them.
women.
Yeah, just rape the women. You kill the men or enslave them. You can make them conscripts where they come over and now they're fighting for your side. That's wonderful. It's like real history.
Once again, the Indians not being able to step up and say something about that.
Not even in gaming.
You think if there was some sort of, Holocaust option, that there would be a problem with that?
Yeah. No, that would go right through.
It's awful. It's horrible.
Take this out of the game.
And have you taken care of that fish thing?
That damn Jewfish. And I really like this game, and I can't wait to get the full version. But playing the demo, these are usually epic, sweeping, epic games that take a long time to finish.
A month?
Sometimes. No, not that bad. It's not like one of those games that just go on forever. It could take you a good full day from start to victory in this. And there's no save feature in the demo. So I had to start and finish the game the whole way without stopping. And my eyes are killing. My eyes are going crazy.
How many hours was that?
Wow. Had to be 17.
It's hilarious. Could have flown to Australia.
Yeah. Yeah, could have. I chose not to.
Wait,
I chose
17?
to just play a video game.
17 straight hours?
Yeah. Like 17 straight hours.
That is nuts.
Of playing. No, it's gaming.
I feel guilty if I'm playing a game for 2 or 3 hours in a row.
I could pause the game, which was good, but it's still left up on the screen. You can't do anything else pretty much on your computer while it's paused. And you kind of, if you leave it paused too long, you're asking for trouble. You're going to come back, it'll freeze.
Right.
So, I have to pause to take a leak or eat, but then you start back up again.
17 hours.
Yeah.
Bill, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Wait, he's doing
so
some
if you started at 8 in the morning,
uh-huh.
you would just keep playing until 1 in the morning the next day.
Yeah. Yeah, just keep playing, keep going. Yeah. It really is a problem.
That would have been 17 hours, by the way.
Huh?
Wouldn't that be 17 hours?
Yeah,
Isn't what we said? You said 17 hours.
17?
Yeah. Why am I thinking 18 hours? And look at me.
I got 1 hour more.
Bill. Watch what I know. Sorry.
17. That did include, pausing the game to
I was waiting for you to give me shit to be
sushi.
like, so wait a minute, if I started at 9, then it'd be 2 in the morning.
Right.
I thought you were going to go that route.
Like, who cares in the end? You're right. I'm like a zilch.
And it took quite a while to finish, but I'm digging the game.
Yeah.
It's great, and I can't wait till I can actually stop and save it and open up the other civilizations because I was just playing.
So the victory is when you're like the dictator, I guess.
Yeah, the game I was playing. There's campaigns, so you can really you have to take over a large portion of the Europe or the Americas to win. This one is just a skirmish. It's you. Your team against some computer-driven, or online you can play against other people. And you have to defeat them. It's total defeat is the win. And they kept sending troops over. Could take days. Could take days depending on, there's options for, you can have an army of, 50, or actually a total population of 50, which would include your villagers that have to build things and your army to defend the village or go out on an attack. But you could jack this up to hundreds of soldiers and villagers that go out and try to take over this other country. And they just kept sending over, and I don't know how they do it. Well, it's the computer. So the computer's doing everything perfectly, time-wise. So every minute, another wave of their soldiers is coming over trying to wipe me out. Hitting the walls. I set up like towers so they shoot back at them at the entry points, at these choke points I made. Bunch of troops just at the choke points. So every time they would send an army, mine would just wipe them out. And then I'd have to make new soldiers for the ones that I got killed. And then another wave would come over. So I waited till one wave came over.
How did you make new soldiers? Did you rape more women?
Rape more women. No, there's barracks and stables to make the cavalry, and you got to create them. But you need like wood, food, gold, supplies, which your villagers have to go out and collect. If you don't have enough of that, you can't make anything.
Jesus
I thought you went into Latin American mode.
Yeah. And when the enemy comes over, they can kill your villagers who are mining for gold and things that you need. So all of a sudden your army runs out. Now you have no resources, no army, and you're called what's on the run. So they're sending soldiers. You have like 3 of these villagers left that can't do anything, running around the map, just trying to get enough time to build something that can make an army. And they find you and they hunt you down and try to kill you.
God.
But last night's strategy was to build ships that could take out their barracks, because they had a lake and they kept the ships. They kept their barracks right by the lake. So I figured I'd get a couple of ships, send them over, blow the barracks up. The second the barracks is blown up, they can't make any more army. And then I sent everything I had over to their side, and it was a wonderful victory of death, destruction, screaming, and buildings and walls falling down. I like the new feature in this. The old feature, the people would just get hit and kind of drop and disappear. This one, they fly off the ground. They could bounce off rooftops. They have like a ragdoll thing where they end up in the water. So it's visually stunning. The deaths.
Very nice.
Wonderful. And then, da-da-da-da, victorious flashes on the screen. And
17 hours
I won
later.
17 hours later.
Pat from Boston, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Ian, if you just waited another 48 hours, you could have played at your own leisure, you idiot.
Yeah, but I couldn't. It's video gaming. There's no waiting. If the demo is there, you got to play it.
Remember in the beginning of the show, Ant said, I have problems. I think we all have problems. They're just different problems.
And then later on that night...
You can't sit around waiting for the game to come out if you have a version of it ready to go.
I had the demo. And I know the demos are very frustrating at the limitations, but I had to check it out to see what it was like because I saw it at the
And 17 hours is nothing. My brother has a roommate who has pretty much given up on just living his life. He lives his life enough to survive. He goes to work so he can pay his bills. He barely sleeps at this point. Gets home from work at whatever, let's say 3 in the afternoon, and will play the rest of the night almost until he has to go to work again, online gaming. His life is online gaming. That is it. Comes home, closes his door, no one sees him. No one sees him. He'll run out every once in a while to like 7-Eleven to get some food, back into his room to play online gaming. That's all he does.
Goes in the bathroom, rubs one out real quick.
Yeah. Everything is really quick because it's all about getting back online and doing his online gaming.
I ordered sushi. They deliver it to the house. I didn't even leave. It's like, order sushi, and I'm sitting there, pause the game, dip, eat, unpause, play as I'm chewing, pause.
But see, you gotta
get some edamame, shove that in my mouth.
But you got
protein.
But you got a life outside that. I'm talking this guy probably Monday through Friday plays 12 hours a day minimum, and you got to sleep and work in there. Remember that.
Yeah.
You know, he probably works 7 or 8 hour days, and he's got to sleep a few hours too.
Yeah.
And he's still probably averaging maybe 10 to 12 hours a day on his gaming, and then weekends, forget about it. It's around the clock.
Mm-hmm.
From Friday after work all the way to Monday, it's just around the clock. And that's his life. He does nothing else. It'll be 100 degrees. I'll be visiting, my family and stuff. I'll go over to see my brother. And it's like one of these sick, beautiful summer days. Like, you just want to be outside the house. And he's in his room with the shades down, online gaming all day long. That's all he does. That's it. That's what his life is. That's what he wants out of his life.
Watched Intervention last night. That show Intervention.
Right.
And it was on a video game addict. This guy who was just completely insane. When he plays, they showed this look in his eyes he gets that look is the same look that a hooker sees while she's being choked to death. It's the last thing she sees. This guy just looked like a lunatic.
Well, look at the games you're playing. You're basically wiping out civilizations. That's got to fuck with your head. Do you ever think at any point like what it would be like to really be that guy? Like if you were a dictator, you had total power. How long do you think you could handle that power and not at some point command just some woman that she had to have sex with you? Some hot chick. You fucking rule the world.
Is that an option in the game?
No, I'm just saying, in real life.
In real life, if it was happening, I don't know what type of dictator I would make in real life. It's a lot easier in the video game because I like sometimes using diplomacy when that's an option in the game. Sometimes there's these diplomacy options where you're not at war, you're trading with another country. And you can sit there, but usually it's kind of an ulterior motive.
You never started to trade with them and then just nuke them?
Well, it's an ulterior motive because as you have this truce, I'm like Hitler. It's like, it's truce. I know I'm only supposed to build a defensive army, nothing, but I'm just building up the biggest assault army. And after a while you go, I'm gonna lob a shot over the wall and see what happens.
And then you can.
Then their diplomat comes over and you declare war, and you're just set up to just march over there and just do him in. Yeah.
Here, let's say hi to Jim. Hey, Jim, what's up?
Hey, guys, what's going on? Hey, Anthony, I wanted to let you know, you sound like you're concerned that the console games aren't very engaging and they don't take a long time. Well, there's a game coming out for 360 called Elder Scrolls Oblivion, and they're saying the game takes a minimum of about 300 to 400 hours to complete.
Jesus.
I understand that. I like... They'll never get to the point where you can have the amount of detail in not never, whatever's going to happen, but right now you can't get the amount of detailed gameplay that you can get on a computer on a console game. It just doesn't happen. There's so many different, just the number of variables you can have in a computer game beats what you can have in a console game, and I just like that better.
Well, I definitely agree with you now as far as the PS2 and the Xbox are concerned. But the 360, I had the opportunity to go to the E3 convention, and it's 3 3.3 gigahertz processor, so it's almost like having an 11 gigahertz processor. It's faster than any PC on the market.
Yeah, but they've said that too. They said that when the first Xbox came out, they said the graphics are going to blow away anything on computer, and it just wasn't the fact. The TV alone doesn't have the resolution of a monitor, and I'm not talking so much about processor speed or anything. It's just the options I have. There's so many games where, you need more inputs than the controller has, and you have an entire keyboard to work with, making hotkeys for things. I like PC versions a lot better.
Yeah, so you're not concerned with the depth, you're just concerned with the amount of options you can have.
Yeah, I like it. I like a game to be very complicated. I like it to take a while. I like a hard, strong learning curve.
Right.
All right, Jim, thank you.